IELTS Introduction, Student's Book by Sam McCater. CD1 Unit 1, Finding Out About the World. Listening 1, Track 1. 0.
Flight number TA5557.
1,
Flight number TLM 19772.
2,
Booking reference XY331 373TV.
3,
Mobile number 07967 553379.
4,
My address is 49 Mallory Park.
5,
The code is BE5 9KV.
Listening 2, Track 2. Section 1. You will hear two people talking about preparation for a trip. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. You will see that there is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion only, the conversation relating to this will be played first.
Hi, John. Is that you?
Yes. Anne?
Yes, it's me. Did you pack everything last night?
Yes, I did. But I'm just putting the last few things in my suitcase here at work, like books and things.
John has almost finished packing his luggage, so C has been circled as the answer. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Hi, John. Is that you?
Yes. Anne?
Yes, it's me. Did you pack everything last night?
Yes, I did. But I'm just putting the last few things in my suitcase here at work, like books and things.
It's really exciting. I can't wait to get there.
Me neither.
I had a look at the weather forecast for the holiday, and it looks as if it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be 30 degrees Celsius and sunny with no clouds at all.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, the beaches there are marvellous, with white sand, large sand dunes and blue sea, and no offices or skyscrapers. We can spend some time on the beach. It's very relaxing.
Definitely. So don't forget your sun cream. When I'm on holiday, I always lie on the beach and read books and listen to music. Then I do some shopping and I eat a lot. In fact, I do all the things that I don't really have time to do here.
Me too. But I want to visit a few historical sites as well.
As you know, you'll have to do that on your own. I just lie around and do nothing.
No problem. I find it difficult just sitting or lying around all day, doing nothing at all.
Yeah, okay. So, where shall we meet and when?
I think it's best at the airport itself. Let's meet on the departure level.
But where?
Well, there's a shopping area just on the left as you come to the departure level.
Yeah, I think I know it.
And the first restaurant as you go in on the left is Chinese. It's got this map of China with one big star on it.
Are you sure I won't miss it?
You won't. I can't remember the name, but anyway, we'll have our mobile phones.
Yes, so no need to worry.
OK, what time then?
Say 5 p.m?
But the plane doesn't depart until 8 o'clock.
Yes, but we are supposed to be there 2 hours before check-in and security checks. That can take a good hour at least.
Yeah, I suppose so.
One thing, do you think that they're strict about the baggage allowance?
Yes, I think so. We're only allowed 25 kilograms each.
I thought it was more.
Try putting some heavy things in your hand luggage, but don't overdo it.
Yeah, that's an idea.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
Remember not to forget your passport and currency. You know what you're like about things like that.
I won't. I've already packed them.
Don't forget the guidebook.
Oh, yes. It's still in the drawer here at work. I'm getting it out now as we're talking. Just as well you reminded me.
I knew you'd forget something.
So, what time are you leaving the flat?
I think I'd better leave about 3.
Yeah, that'll give you plenty of time. I can leave work at 3 if I want, but as we're not that far from the airport, it won't take me as long. So, I'll leave the office at about 4.
Are you sure that's going to give you enough time?
Yeah, plenty.
OK. And what's the ticket reference?
Yes, we need the ticket reference to collect the tickets from the machine. Here it is, in my diary. It's ZB7 334921G.
I think I'll write it down too, just in case. ZB7334921G. Is that right?
Yes, that's it.
Study skills, track 3. 1.
Flight number GV976 to Baghdad will depart from gate number
2.
The 9077776 flight to Paris will depart from gate 22.
3,
07551 66 63 33 is my mobile number.
4,
Catch the bus number 24.
5,
The booking reference is PB 3379 132F.
6,
The flight will depart from gate number 27.
7,
That will cost £17.40.
Unit 2. In Search of Time. Speaking 1. Track 4. 1,
What are you studying?
2,
Describe how people spend their free time in your home country.
3,
Do young people have the same leisure activities as in the past?
4,
How do you spend your free time?
Listening. Track 5. Section 2. You will hear a radio program about an exhibition on the history of time. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 5.
Good morning and welcome to today's programme. As it's the beginning of the school holidays, we are focusing on events and activities to occupy the kids and to give them a memorable day out. Yesterday, we checked out the new exhibition on the history of time, which has just started at the restored house at the observatory by the river. In fact, it started 3 days ago. A visit is well worthwhile and something to do for a special occasion like a birthday. And what has made the house and the exhibition so popular? Well, first of all, entry to all the observatory facilities and the exhibition is free. And what's more, it is suitable for people of all ages, catering for both children and adults. It is an unforgettable day out for the whole family, especially the children. What makes it interesting for children is that there are loads of activities that have some kind of interactive element, while at the same time there are lots of seats throughout the area in case people get tired, and the organisers have provided places for people to have snacks. As for transport, there is also a bus to and from the local station, which leaves 20 and 40 past the hour from the entrance until 6 p.m. The train station is very close, so those of you feeling energetic might want to walk. It takes about 20 minutes. All you have to do is follow the signposts along the way. It is a very pleasant walk through a park with lots of trees and open spaces. The bus back to the station leaves from the car park and departs at 15 and 45 minutes past the hour.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 6 to 10.
The local newspaper, the Clarion, has reviewed all the facilities. And I can read you what it has said about the top 6 facilities that they mentioned. First of all, it says the exhibition on the history of time at the restored house is really thrilling, with lots of activities for children. There are examples of early English and European clocks, and also early examples of clocks from the Arab world and India and China. There are also exhibits on the history of watches from around the world. The restaurant has been given a very good rating indeed. People generally found it really beautiful, as it had many old features. People said they wanted to sit there for ages, but they couldn't, as there is so much to see. The shop was not considered very expensive, with lots of interesting toys and souvenirs for people of all ages that were all good value. The gardens are very relaxing. There are many different types of gardens, and lots of open places to sit and relax and have a picnic, and lots of lawns for the children to run around and burn up some energy. Another facility which received a good rating was the 3D cinema, which people found thoroughly interesting. It fascinated them a lot. As regards the observatory building itself, people felt it was really a place to remember. They said they wouldn't forget it. It is very old and very ornate and filled with old instruments which were modern gadgets in their day. Special events like public celebrations are held there, as the rooms are spacious and very impressive.
Speaking 2. Track 6.
I'm going to describe an e-book reader, which I saw for the first time when I was at an airport about a year ago. I bought it just 3 months ago, before I started this course, and it has been brilliant. It is very convenient because it is very light. I can carry it everywhere with me. I don't have to carry lots of books. It is important to me because it has helped me study. At first it was difficult to pass exams. Since I bought it, I have downloaded lots of books. It is really useful as it has also saved me a lot of time and money. In the past, I carried 3 or 4 books with me everywhere I went, and I had to go out and search for books. Now I just download them when I want them. I have read more books since I bought the e-book reader, including real books, and my English has improved. Some of my friends don't like it, but I think it is a very effective device, and I recommend it.
Unit 3. Giving structure to our world. Listening. Track 7. Section 3. You will hear 2 university students talking about a fashion event that one of them is organising. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7. Now listen and answer questions 1 to 7.
Christine, hi. How are you?
Oh, Harry, hi. I'm okay, thanks. Just trying to get together the plan for this fashion event I'm helping to organise as part of my work placement. And you?
I'm very well. I've just finished writing my essay on the various things that help give structure to our lives, like transport, education, and different buildings.
Sounds very interesting.
I managed to get it in earlier than expected. And Dr. Ahmed said it looked better than my last essay, as the structure was good.
Great. Well, if you've got time, you can perhaps give me some advice here.
Well, yes. So, where are you now with the plan?
Well, we've done most of the preparation, but I'm feeling a bit worried as there are so many details.
Organizing people and events is not easy. I don't like organizing people, even if it's just for an evening out.
Oh, I enjoy planning events and parties and dealing with people.
Why don't we make a checklist, and then you can see how much you've done?
Ah, okay. That sounds like a good idea.
First of all, I see you've got the date and the venue.
Yes, it's in 6 months' time, in June, right in the middle of the fashion season. And it's at the local College of Fashion in Chelsea Avenue. We've got the venue for 3 days, Wednesday to Friday. On the Wednesday, we have the day to set everything up, and then the event itself is on the next 2 days.
You seem to have a lot arranged already.
It doesn't feel like it.
So, what about presenters?
We've got 2 for the show, and then 1 for the awards on Friday evening.
Who are they?
Well, they're on this table here, on the computer. Yes, here they are. We've managed to get the designer, Debbie Main.
She'll be very good.
Yes, I've seen her at events before, and the public love listening to her. She enjoys telling funny stories about the fashion world. Then there's Barry Stockport. Barry's a very good presenter and is really popular.
I don't know him.
Barry hasn't been involved in the fashion world for long, but he enjoys organising, and he presented at the Global Fashion event.
Yes, that went very well. And the third person?
Well, we've managed to get an actress, Marilyn Tiny, which is very exciting.
Great.
She's presenting the awards on the Friday evening.
She'll attract a lot of people to the event. Are the invitations ready?
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 8 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
And the seating, the flowers, they're all done. But it's the caterers for the award dinner I'm worried about. I've got 3 firms, all of whom are willing to do it.
Okay, so what's the problem?
The price.
Ah,
Master caterer costs the most, but they are very professional and will provide all the equipment, waiters and waitresses. They want an advance of 50% of the cost and the balance at the end of the event.
and the others?
Silver Service costs less than the other 2 companies and will provide the same service. I found them on the internet, but I don't know much about them.
And the other one? What's their name?
Foodwise.
Ah, yes.
They are more well-known than the other 2. They are good, but I prefer Master Caterer. What do you think?
Well, to be on the safe side, I'd go for Master Caterer.
Speaking 2. Track 8. 1,
I'd like to talk about a party I organised
2,
when I was at school.
3,
The party was at my parents' house.
4,
I asked friends to help me.
5,
I bought lots of food.
6,
We played lots of games and listened to music.
7.
The party was very entertaining.
Speaking 3. Track 9. 1,
Do you think it's important for students to like the subjects they study? Why? Why not?
2,
What are the main factors that influence young people's choice of subjects at university?
3,
What are the advantages of studying at university?
4,
How can education at secondary school be made interesting for pupils?
Unit 4. The Land. Listening. Track 10. Section 4. You will hear part of a talk on street markets. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 10. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 10.
Good afternoon. My name is Dr. Deacon, and today I am going to give you a short presentation on my research so far into developments that are taking place in street markets in London. I am going to examine different markets around London to show the main advantages of street markets to local communities, an example of a market undergoing change, and the factors driving change in the markets. So, what are the main advantages of street markets in cities? Well, I did a survey where I asked over 100 people in a day at Tabard Market in South London to rank the main advantages that street markets brought to local areas, and if there were any disadvantages. The main advantages given were that they were good for the local area, and that they were not just about businesses from outside the area making money. Also, they were not just for commercial purposes, but they also benefited the local community by providing jobs and encouraging regeneration. 73% of people thought this was the main benefit. A large proportion of people thought that providing fresh produce was also a key advantage, despite the fact that sometimes the food on sale was quite expensive. The proportion of people who cited this was 69%. This was followed by an advantage which concerns us all nowadays, a reduction in waste. 63% of people thought that, generally, street markets were good because they reduced packaging, and so they had a positive impact on the environment, despite the transport costs. 56% of people thought that street markets encouraged good health by providing fresh fruit and vegetables, and 55% thought that it was good for cultural benefits, such as promoting the local area. But some people thought that the main drawback was local people would not come to the market because of the tourist numbers. Before going on to other studies into this very interesting area, I would like to look at part of Tabard Market and show how it has been transformed. This plan on this new slide here shows part of the transformation that is taking place. You can see that a railway goes through the market. That is this double line going from the bottom right to the top left. If we go into the market from Tennis Street at this arrow here at the bottom, we can see that on the left is a row of shops. At the end of this row of shops, there is a house that was knocked down and replaced with a restaurant. If we look opposite the row of shops, we can see a large block where there are many market stalls, and in the middle of this block, a new information center for visitors has been built. If we move above the railway line to the northern part of the market, we can see a large area which is the main food market. This area was enlarged. To the west of this, there are seats and tables for people to have a rest. Then, down here in the southeast corner of the plan is a fish market next to the main restaurant area. And then, finally, just north of the restaurant area is the flower market.
Unit 5. The Processes in Life. Listening. Track 11. Section 1. You will hear a woman, Janet, asking about information on carpentry courses. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 4. You will see that there is an example which has been done for you. On this occasion only, The conversation relating to this will be played first.
Good morning. I don't know if I'm in the right building, but I'm looking for information about the carpentry classes.
Yes, you are. How can I help you? Janet is asking about carpentry classes. So, carpentry classes has been typed in the space. Now we shall begin. You should answer the questions as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 4.
Good morning. I don't know if I'm in the right building, but I'm looking for information about the carpentry classes.
Yes, you are. How can I help you?
Well, I'm looking for classes in the evening or late afternoon.
Yes, we have classes in the morning, afternoon, evening, and at weekends.
What are the times for the afternoon classes?
Well, let's see. Here we are. Monday and Wednesday, afternoons 3 to 6.
I can't do that as I finish work at 4. I can make it here by 4:30.
Well, there are 2 evening classes. One is Tuesday and Thursday from 6 to 9, and the other is Monday and Wednesday, 5 to 8.
Both of those would suit me. Are they both beginner's level?
The Tuesday-Thursday class is intermediate level. The other one is more advanced. We don't have any classes for beginners.
I'll go for that Tuesday-Thursday class.
Have you done carpentry before?
Yes, I've done a little, but not a lot.
It's very relaxing.
Yes, I always felt relaxed after carpentry classes. Things like that always give you enormous satisfaction. I was amazed at how much I learnt. I even made a small box which I've still got.
Are you sure the intermediate class won't be too simple for you?
Oh, no, it'll be perfect.
We get a lot of women doing the carpentry class. It's usually a good mix of men and women of all different ages.
What is the age range?
It can be anything, but the minimum age for the evening classes is 18. There's no upper limit. Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 5 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 5 to 10.
Oh, I see. And how much is it?
The prices this year are not going up, which is surprising. It's, £135 for 10 weeks.
Oh, that's quite reasonable.
And that includes materials.
Do I have to bring tools or anything?
No, Everything like that is supplied.
When do the classes start?
The 1st of October.
The class is 3 hours. Is there a break?
There's a 15-minute break in the middle, around 7:30.
That sounds really reasonable. In fact, very reasonable.
So, would you like to register now, or would you like to come on the main registration day?
Is the course generally booked up?
Sometimes. We only take 15 students on each course, so it might be wise to book now. We already have 8 people booked and paid.
OK.
I'll send you details by email if you want.
I can take the brochure now. Can I just leave my name and address now and pay a deposit?
Yes.
My name is Janet Blake. My telephone number is 0321 875 987722.
OK. And your address?
It's 23C Oldham Way. That's OLDHAM and then WAY.
OK. And your postcode?
It's OD7 4PT.
And how much do you want to pay by way of deposit?
I can pay £50 now and the balance when I come to complete the registration. Oh, and do I get a certificate at the end of the class?
Speaking to. Track 12.
Do you think change is happening more rapidly nowadays than in the past?
Yes, I do, because technology is affecting the way we live and work.
Unit 6. Read what you want. Listening. Track 13. Section 2. You will hear a radio programme about a book fair. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 7. Now listen carefully and answer questions 1 to 7.
Welcome to the Book Corner. My name is David Horn, and as always, we have some exciting reports for you today. We're going to look at whether literacy does matter and how we can encourage young people, especially boys, to read more in this digital age. And what better way to start the show than news about the International Book Fair here in London, which runs for 4 days, including today. There are 20 major publishers' stands from the UK, and another 30 from around Europe, and another 30 from around the world. With some publishers having more than one stand to exhibit their publications, there are 110 stands, including 30 stands in the digital zone, devoted to electronic media, including devices and software. The fair is open to all members of the public and all ages over 16. To encourage young people to come to the fair, entrance, which normally costs £10, is free on day 2 of the fair for those under 25. This is the first year that the book fair has introduced such a scheme. So, if you are under 25, get down there with your student card and proof of age tomorrow for your free entrance. At lunchtime today, when we were at the fair, there were large crowds of visitors of all ages, including many young people. If more visitors turn up tomorrow, the book fair will be very busy this year. By far the most popular stands for young people were those devoted to electronic devices for reading books and surfing the net, etc. The stands are all very lively, modern and appealing. It will be the most successful fair ever, according to the organisers. Over the 4-day period of the fair, there are many different events taking place, ranging from seminars, talks and workshops to advice sessions for young and old amateur writers. Tomorrow, Tuesday, there are over 10 talks scheduled during the day, but I think the most popular one will be on writing children's books by the famous children's author Charles Shaker. This will be very stimulating. Then, on Wednesday, if the talk is not full, I'm personally planning to go to a talk on encouraging boys to read by the well-known TV presenter Edward Chaucer. This should be a very interesting talk. On Thursday, everyone on our show, The Book Corner, is planning to visit the fair, and we will broadcast live from the fair. If you are there, we'll be happy to meet you and have a chat. So, come and see us.
Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 8 to 10. Now listen and answer questions 8 to 10.
We've already had some messages on Twitter, emails and instant messages about the show. Angus Dean, the organiser of the fair, has written, "Show a huge success, hoping to see you all there over the next couple of days." And from Maria Lopez, we have a message. She says, "If you go to the fair, you'll love it. I'm going to visit the fair again." Let's see if we can find another message from someone else. Yes, here we are. This is a message from Cheng Ming, who visited the book fair this morning, and he says, "My visit was an invaluable experience. All young people should make use of the free day."
Speaking 2. Track 14.
Yes, it's vital to be able to read nowadays because